The other day I was practicing Tai Chi with a group of about 30 people. I do it twice a week. And it happened to fall on the Chinese New Year. And first thing I noticed was a whole bunch of people wearing red. I'd say perhaps half of our class and group that I've been practicing with for about the last 5 or 6 years out of a dozen I've been practicing were wearing red, and they're of Asian descent. So I checked with my good friends over at ChatGPT, which is an artificial intelligence setup that I use quite frequently to do basic research before I dig in deeper on almost any topic these days, and realized that as a lunar holiday, there are lots of things about them, not just red, that's special. And I was thinking about, well, it's lunar, but it's not like the Jewish lunar year, which is sort of like in the fall sometime, because generally speaking, the Chinese New Year is in sort of like the February time. And if you go check it up in the internet, you'll find out that there are a lot of differences. There are zodiac signs with the Chinese New Year. I think they have 12 different characters. This year happens to be the year of the snake, and a specific snake, the wood snake. And so a lot of interesting things about it. Also, that every so often they insert or delete a month like the Jewish lunar calendar to get it back on track so that it stays in sequence to either planting seasons or to the solar eclipse. So anyway, lots of interesting things about it. One thing I found out about it is that it's more cultural and family event than it is a religious event of any sort. And much like our Thanksgiving, people get together as families quite often and have big meals. The older elders or grandparents, particularly, and aunts and uncles, may give children some money in red envelopes. Not exactly sure why red is one of like four or five colors, and I think it has to do with cultural issues. But anyway, it was fascinating that the Chinese New Year, which I associate with fireworks and dragons going through the street, or maybe they're snakes, a whole group of people in a uniform going through the streets. Anyway, it's fascinating, and this is sort of like a back entrance into a topic which I'll be talking more about by why going to places like ChatGPT or in some of your browsers now, there's an AI generated answer that shows up first before it gives you other links that you've normally been used to in the browser. So I suggest that you might think about using some of these artificial intelligence programs to research things of interest to you, whether it be the Chinese New Year or why insurance costs are going up in certain areas, your particular area, down to zip code. You can get very specific with AI. And so anyway, that's my little tie together between the Chinese New Year, the Jewish New Year, and it'll also give you some reference to the solar or the religious New Year based on before and after the Common Era. So check it out and let me know what you think. Have a good day. Oh, Happy New Year.
For more on Celebrating Act Two, visit our webpage, follow us on Facebook, subscribe to us on YouTube, and tell your friends. Celebrating Act Two is the user manual for the second half of your life.